In 28 days, 2022 will be a thing of the past. As of this recording, 2022 will be a thing of the past in 28 days. If you're an author and you had a subpar to a sucky year in 2022, look, there's one question that you gotta ask if you want to dominate 2023. One question only that you have to ask if you want to dominate 2023. If you did not reach your goals, if you did not make as much money as you wanted to make, whatever the case may be, there's only one question that you got to ask yourself to dominate 2023. And if you want to know what that question is, I suggest that you stay tuned. Let's go.
NL Publishing Service Academy proudly presents Listen Up, I Got a Story to Tell podcast with literary success consultant DK Walker, sharing with you writing tips, marketing ideas, publishing information, and inspiring interviews for your author journey. So, without further ado, let's get right into it with DK Walker.
Hey, how's it going? I'm DK Walker, and this is Listen Up, I Got a Story to Tell podcast. Man, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you are choosing to spend your time with your boy, and for that, I am eternally grateful. I'm so humbled, so humbled, so humbled. Look, before we get into today's episode, we got to pay bills off the bat. If you are a struggling author and you're having problems going from book idea to actually creating your book, I got the perfect thing for you, the absolute perfect thing for you. And what I get asked a lot is this thing for pantsers. That's for people that sit in the seat and they just freestyle they get an idea and they just sit down and start typing. To people that are planners. Now, planners outline their entire book. The unfair writing serves both types of authors. If you have your pantser and you want to just go off the top of your head, what happens is your creativity is all over the place. It has no direction, so therefore it takes you longer to get where you're going to when it comes to writing your book. If you're a planner, sometimes you overplan. You get bogged down in the minute details of your book. The unfair writing advantage serves pantser and planner perfectly.
Hello, my name is Britt Kuhn, and I just love DK Walker's The Unfair Writing Advantage. I am now well on my way to writing my second book because of his advice, wisdom, tips and tricks like mind blown at how simple and easy it really, really is. I am forever grateful our paths crossed, DK. You will always be one of my favorite humans. Thank you.
Learn how to write faster, conquer writer's block, and tell a story your readers will love. In less than 1 month, writing only 3 pages daily, you can go from book idea to manuscript using the unfair writing advantage. Most authors take 8 months on average to write just 1 book. But in a fraction of that time, you will learn how to craft a book your readers will love and not be hunched over your laptop days on end to do so. Just go to www.theunfairwritingadvantage.com.
First off, apologies are in order. Usually I do a great job at self-editing, whereas anybody that knows me personally knows that at times if I get hyped, if I get excited about something, or if I get mad about something, I curse like a sailor. So with that being said, I'm feeling great this morning, and I really don't feel in the mood to self-edit myself today. I don't feel in that mood, right? So today's podcast is going to be a whole lot of motivation, a whole lot of information with some colorful language. So in the words of one of my favorite wrestlers, Austin Idol, let's trim the fat and get to the meat of the matter. Authors, I need you to take extreme ownership on why you did not reach any of your goals or some of your goals in 2022. If you failed to produce a certain amount of books that you said you were going to write in 2022, that's your fault. If you failed to make as much money as you wanted to make in 2022, that's also your fault. If you failed to actually build your readership, your tribe, your clan, people that love your work, I promise you before God Himself, that too is your fault. So before I get into what the one question is that will have you dominate 2023, I need for you to take ownership of your shortcomings, right? You have to be accountable with yourself before you get to blame anything or anybody else on why you didn't do what you said you was going to do. Like at the end of the day, the bottom line is just you. As an author, we're like, it's the most lonely job known to man, right? And that's like we're so apt to, I guess, click up and get into communities because we're just by ourselves, right? We get our little writing space, we get in front of our laptops and in front of our computers, and it's just us and our thoughts. And that can be a very frightening place at times, I promise you. So we're quick to gather with other authors in the literary struggle, right? But when it all comes down to executing on doing what you said you was going to do and it didn't get done, that's you. That is all you. So before I even give you that one question that because there's one question I promise you, this stuff is not rocket science, people. Like I've been doing this for a minute. This is not rocket science. And I'm not the type of self-publishing expert that's going to create a situation or take a situation that people may be going through, meaning authors, and make it bigger than what it is. I'm always going to simplify it to get to the solution faster. Right? I'm going to simplify it. It's like with me, it's ABC. If you're looking for something to be complicated, you listen to the wrong podcast, you're following the wrong guy. I am sorry. Let's just cut the fat and get to the meat of the matter. First and foremost, take ownership for whatever shortcomings that you had in your publishing journey 2022. The one question that you got to be asking yourself to dominate 2023 is, and I want to make sure I get this correctly and give it to y'all like I wanted to give it to you. The one question that you need to be asking is how to consistently get your book in front of your target market, meaning your desired readers. I want to say that again. The one question that you need to be asking is how are you going to consistently get your book and or books in front of your target market, meaning your desired readers? If you answer that question, right? If nothing else, if you correctly answer that question, if nothing else happens, you'll start to sell more books. And unless you're just in love with you romanticize the whole writing process and selling books is not your end goal, then by all means, keep struggling. By all means, keep posting to a non-existent audience. By all means, do these things. But if you want to really dominate 2023, just answer that one question. How do I, meaning you that's listening to my squeaky voice? It's crazy, right? Voice is squeaky like I'm going through puberty. But, I'm 53 years old. I guess my voice never grew up. But that's neither here nor there. By answering that one question, right? Because I want you to think about something. Success is not necessarily about getting the right answer, because you'll never get the right answer if you don't ask the right question. Now, I can't take credit for that. I know that may sound slick. That may sound deep to some people. I am a huge fan of the Social Proof podcast with David Shands and Donnie Wiggins. I'm pretty sure one of those geniuses said it. I loved it. Now I'm taking it. Now I'm giving it to you just in case you don't listen to them. But it doesn't matter where, that came from or comes from. The bottom line that it resonates with anybody that's in business and authors, newsflash, you are in the business of selling books. And the reason that you're not selling no books at all in 2022 in the previous years, or you're not selling the amount of books that you desired to, is because you're failing to get your book in front of your target market consistently. If you do that, that's the best starting point. Like, you can't be sitting there and thinking, okay, like, it's not good enough. It's not this. It's not that. Look, stop. Perfection is a fantasy of a person that never wants anything completed. Whoo! I'm going to say it again, and that was me, by the way. Perfection is the fantasy of a person that never wants anything completed. If you always got to fix something, it'll never get done. Sometimes you got to take your idea, validate your idea, execute on the idea, meaning writing your book and then getting your book to market, your desired target market, your desired readers. Then and only then do you know the thing that you put forth in front of your target market is sellable. You will never know What you've constructed is a sellable thing, meaning your book, until it's in front of its target market. Once it's there, now you can collect the data. The dollars is in the data. No producer ever constructs something without data, right? They may put a sample out there, get the data back, improve upon the thing that they constructed, right? And then re-release it because they didn't got the data and they made the doggone changes and the enhancements to the product. The product amongst author is the books. So with that being said, the easiest way to go about this, right? So don't pour your heart and soul into a 300, 400 page manuscript. Give your target market something short and sweet, right? Like, I'm gonna walk you, because I didn't even have plans to walk me through what to do. I just want you to gauge upon that question and then go answer that question from yourself and then break it all down. But I'm just not that type of guy.
Hello, my name is Britt Kuhn, author of Radiant. I am so over the moon excited that I am holding my book in my hands. And it is all thanks to DK Walker at NL Publishing Services. I promise you, I did not know how to write a book, yet here it is. Your guidance and direction during this entire process and your ability to handle my indecisiveness has been such a blessing. I am so grateful for you, and I will forever sing your praises. Thank you so much for being you, and I can't wait to work on the next one.
Writing your manuscript has been hard enough, so let NL Publishing Service Academy make self-publishing your book easy as possible. From beautifully designed full and ebook covers to uniquely done typesetting and formatting, our goal is to professionally enhance your manuscripts and book covers to give your readers the best reading experience possible. Need marketing tips, tactics, and strategies? We can help you with that. How about branding and broadening the reach of your author platform? Yep, we can help you with that too. So no matter what your self-publishing needs are, NL Publishing Service Academy has you covered. Just head over to www.nlpublishingservices.com for whatever your self-publishing needs are. And now back to the podcast.
I'm a helpful dude, right? If I do pat myself, well, I can't pat myself on my back. I got short arms. My father could have been Godzilla. I don't know. But long story short, look. So instead of sitting down at your computer thinking like I need to write this really huge book, don't, right? Write something exact to the point that's really intense, that's really good. Put your best work into a novella, right? Okay, put it. And if you want to go a little bit above novella, just make sure that doesn't go past 100 pages. That way you'll be able to get enough data, okay, that you're on the right track. Once you can compile this novella, find out who your target market is, and you can do that by, okay, what characteristics that the book I have is similar to the books that's selling. If you believe that you're writing fantasy, who's number one? Do y'all book have the same? So that means you got to do a little research. Do y'all books have the same characteristic? If it do, then their target market is where you need to put your book at, right? And it's only two ways to sell things via the internet. That would be through paid advertisement or through organic traffic. So you got to go master one or two. And quick sidebar, but needed to be noted, authors, you literally spend too much time writing. And I'm going to do a podcast about that, by the way. Like, I'm going to go down that rabbit hole as well. You literally spend too much time writing and not learning how to market. Like it's, you get this idea and you'll sit down and then you'll go through, because like I see you romanticize the whole, I guess, journey of getting your book getting your idea from idea to actual book, right? But you fail to, okay, where's it going to where it gets done? And you never put the horse before the cart. So you never write your book and then do marketing. Nobody that produces anything, because you're a producer. Your readers are the consumers. So therefore, put a sample out there, back to the novella. If the novella is too short for you, no more than 100 pages, and make it your best work ever. And the reason that you want to make your best work ever, because there's always better to follow. Like I promise you, if you write something and everybody loves it, like you've been set the bar for yourself, and what comes behind that will trump that. And that happens every time out. So you put your short work out there. We're just going to call it a short work, less than 100 pages. You put that out there in front of your desired readers, your target market. You'll collect the data back from that. If it's selling, that means you have did two things correctly. You have the messaging, meaning the copy around that resonates with the readers and they're going to buy your book. And it also means that the cover for that also resonates with your readers, so they're going to buy your book. That's the only two things that stops books from being brought: the copy, right? The message that you're telling your readers why they should buy your book, and then the visual. And the visual includes, of course, the title of the book, the subtitle, the whole nine, right? And of course, make sure that it's placed within the right genre, and that goes back to your desired target market. But it all starts there. Get it in front of the right people, and then you can gauge what needs to be fixed, if anything needs to be fixed. But you got to stop sitting on your hands and looking for perfection. You have to put it out there ASAP. So how to dominate 2023 is getting a short work in front of your desired market, and then gauge where that comes from. Once you get that data back, then you go work on the 300-page book. Why? Because it's proven that what you have put out already will sell. And you get to collect the data all back from that. Okay, my book didn't sell because the messaging for them to buy didn't resonate, right? And here's a hack. Once again, I'm in a giving mood. It's soon to be Christmas, and who am I to play Grinch with information? And the reason that this hack is foolproof, I just want you to look around. Look around at book covers. Like, why does every freaking, see, I wanted to say something else. That's when that self-editing come in there, right? Because I'm a creator at heart. Why does every doggone freaking cover look the same? Like, I'm on TikTok. I've been on TikTok about 2 weeks. I'm about to, but today's Sunday as of this recording. I hope I'm at 484. Like, I want to get to 500 by next week. I'll be 1,000. I put my links up, and then we can get busy on TikTok as well. But look, long story short, I'm on TikTok, and everybody and their mama like book talk the whole night. And I'm not knocking the hustle, but every cover, no matter what the genre is, all of them look alike. If you're looking at dark romance, whatever case may be, you got the bad boy and the tats, you get the great bod. So, and as creatives, we hate to conform. But that's the wave in marketing. If you're writing a certain genre, you look at all the covers that look the same, you're like, ew, I don't want to be like everybody else. If you want to sell your book, you got to. But your job is, how do you tweak it to make it your own, so you're not looking exactly like the next book? But if you have to make your cover look like the next author's cover because that's what's selling, then your unique selling proposition is, well, how do I personally differentiate myself in the market to draw attention to what I'm doing? So it's only two ways it's going to draw attention to what you're doing. It's the actual product, which is your book, or is you as an author. So if you're just showing up saying, hey, buy my book, and you're holding a copy of your book in your hand, and that copy looks like the thousands, let me go and do a rock impersonation, right? The millions and millions of other books that looks the doggone same, do you think you're going to sell something? No, you're not. Don't lie to yourself. Don't even kid yourself. You're not going to sell nothing. Why? Because everything looks the same. And okay, it's cute, but I read that before. So how do you stand out? Like, how do you stand out in the market? How? Like, how? Like, the right questions guarantee success. And once again, it starts about the one question at the top of the podcast is, how do you get your book in front of your desired market consistently? And then that will open up another can of questions, and you'll answer those lesser questions because you got the collected data. But it starts there, right? Like I usually say, because it's habit, it's not hard, people. When I say that concerning this, I lied. It's hard. We rush and do the stuff that we're comfortable with, and then we drag ass because we know it's not the important stuff. Newsflash, authors writing, when it comes to selling books, to a degree, because I don't want nobody to take this out of context, to a degree, writing is not the hard part. No matter, called writer's block, which I don't believe in. By the way, I did a podcast about that, how you can actually defeat writer's block forever. Like, look back and scroll through my podcast, you'll find an episode on that, because I don't have the show notes in front of me to tell you exactly what it is. Please forgive me for being unprofessional, but it's your boy, and I try to come to you as a real person. Long story longer. Authors, we are in the business of selling what we write. So that's why it's paramount important. It's paramount important that who you're writing to. Like I said earlier, we rush to do the things that we're comfortable with, and we'll drag it out because we're dreading that one thing, right? There's two things, and it's universal. It's two things that authors hate to do. That's editing, right? The rewrites, drafts, whole not. We hate that because it's so tedious. It's like we've spent so much time with this thing. It's been a huge part of our lives. It's very intimate, but we're sick of it. We just want it out of the way. And that's why we don't get the best benefits from our work, because we don't do the more meaningful work before we bring the product to market, meaning your books. So what you can do is write a chapter, two, maybe three, depending on how long your chapters is. Do 2 chapters a day. Two. And I know that seems like a little bit. Just do 2 chapters a day. And the rest of the time that you would the rest of the time that you would spend sitting in front of your computer, use that to learn how to market. Once again, there's only 2 ways to market via the internet. That's through paid ads or organic traffic. Like, it's only 2. So you got to choose which one works best for you. Like, you got to make a choice. Do you have the time, the patience, the creativity to always show up on social media to get organic sales, to make organic sales eventually? Do you have that time, patience, and that creativity, and then dealing with the algorithms of social media platforms? Now you become a slave to the algorithms. Like, you got to catch the wave. You can only use this many hashtags. You can only post at this certain times. Long form video, short form video. You got to dance. You got to lip sync. Like, all this stuff. If you're built to do that, then by all means do that. But if you can't, and this is where the rubber this is where the rubber meets the road at, because the authors feel defeated. Like, I want to write, I want to get my book out there, but I am so scared to do the advertising thing because I don't have, the funds. Like most authors, self-published authors, the reason that we self-publish is we're struggling, not a problem, right? And I understand and I get that. And I don't also have the patience, or I don't want to be on camera for whatever reason. I get that as well. But you got to make a choice on what it is that you're going to do if you want to be successful. So either you're going to learn how to dominate social media via organically or paid ads. You got to make a choice. But just by posting your book once it's launched and a link to it is not marketing. It's barely a tactic. Like, what? What reason? Okay, the cover is cute, but it looks like the millions of others. It's not even a reason to buy the book. Like, a long time ago on my Instagram account, I gave people the blueprint to how to blow up. I don't care what, you didn't have to be an author. Like, there's a formula out there that they're starting to gravitate to, right? And I know this is off subject, but we're smart. It's off topic, but it's really on topic. Look, if you want to actually be something in the world today, and that's the beautiful thing about social media, you can create who you want to be. Like, you can put a label on yourself, right? And go live to that label. And every time that you open up a social media channel, you, of course, refer to yourself as whatever label that you've given yourself. And you show up every day, and what happens, you become known for that thing as long as your actions substantiate that thing. So you probably think to yourself, DK, what in the world are you talking about? Because you all over the place. Like, you got ADHD. That's a possibility. But the cup of coffee I just had was good as hell. Shout out to Folgers Black Silk. It ain't nothing like that black silk on your tongue. Folgers cut the check. But look, there's a guy, he's gone, by the way. God bless him, rest of the day, by the name of Kevin Samuels, right? He got famous just for sharing his opinion. Now, and of course, like, some people would think that it's him spewing hate against black women. Who cares, right? I'm just being honest. Like, I'm 53. If I don't know you personally, so what you think about me is not going to move the needle. But the reason that so many black women showed up for Kevin Samuels is because he was loud and his actions substantiated his messaging across social media. Bottom line, flat out. So authors, I want you to think about that, right? If I am, and I am, by the way, and I'm going to get back to it really soon because I help so many people, but I personally miss that grind of writing. But as an erotic author, right? Let me give the blueprint what I would do as an erotic author. I'm going to show up every day on social media with something sexual. Call it dark romance, call it smut, call it porn on pages. Don't care what you call it. I'm showing up every day, and I'm going to push the limits without getting banned or showing or saying anything too offensive. I'm going to be offensive, right? But not too, right? I'm going to be consistent. A bare minimum once a day, 4 times on Sunday, right? Once a day, 4 times on Sunday, I'm going to show up something sexual. I don't care if I'm going to scour the web, I'm going to read a clipping about something strange has to do with sex. I'm just going to show up. And so what happens, like what you're probably thinking, well, this has nothing to do with books, but it does, because we're living in a day and age where people really are not even buying books; they're buying people. Like because of the internet, people are just so effing nosy. It's not even the product. I want parts of you. The product is the byproduct of what you're doing. So if you show up on any doggone form of social media every day, whether it's a quick doggone reel, whether it's doggone a post, a picture, or something in your genre, and you're being loud, borderline obnoxious about it, what's going to happen is you're going to start to form a tribe. Now, this is not going to happen overnight. So don't think that I've been at this for doggone 2 months and I just got 13 followers. Dan Hardy, The Compound Effect. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Do yourself a favor, go buy the book, right? Dan Hardy, Cut the Check. That was a doggone great plug, by the way. Long story longer. Show up in your genre, talking that talk every day. And what's going to eventually happen, you'll start to percolate at the top. And people are like, and you're going to have some people that's going to love what you're talking about. And you're going to have people that absolutely hate you and what you're talking about. Love, hate, it's opposite side. It's opposite sides of a dime. Who cares? The point is, I got your attention. That's all I want. Marketing is nothing about getting people's attention. Hey, look at me. I'm over here. I'm doing this thing over here. That's all marketing is. And once you got a person's attention and then you release a product, the people that love you are going to buy it to support you. I'm giving away so much game today, it's not even funny. And my voice is going. It's quite all right. Got it really early. People that love you is going to buy it to support you. The people that hate you, they're going to buy it too. I promise you they're going to buy it. And they're going to buy it to rip it apart. They want to find the flaws. They want to find, it's not good. It doesn't matter. The bottom line, you just want to sell. I will sell to a person that loves my work just as quick, if not quicker, to a person that hates my work. The money's still green. The debit and credit card still swipes. What's the problem? So we have people that's not even in our industry that's giving clues on how to be doggone social media stars, and we're not even taking advantage of this. Do you want to make money from what you do? Do you want to have a lasting career? What is it that you want to do as you call yourself an author? But it all starts with that asking that one question: how do I get my book consistently in front of my target market? Answer that question, and other questions will follow. Answer those questions, success will follow that. I'm going to say that again because I've been talking for a long time, and usually I go back and clean up the podcast with the I'm not even going to edit this joint. I'm putting this out as is. I am putting this podcast out as is. So this to date by large and by far is my most rawest podcast ever. Now probably 9 times out of 10 will never do this again, right? Because let me give you a little insight to myself. I don't like the sound of my voice because it's cracking and it's cracking down, right? And who does, right? And I guess that's one of the reasons why people don't really want to get on social media, because certain things about themselves they don't like. But I'm not touching this episode. It's as is. Listen to it, get what you want from it, keep it moving. But I gave you what you needed throughout all of my rambling. I gave you exactly what you needed to go dominate 2023. And if you don't take nothing else from this podcast, just answer that question. If you don't want to do anything that I told you, I gave you 2 gems that'll have you kill it. 2, go get your book in front of your desired target market consistently. Then show up on social. If you don't want to do the paid ads, show up on social media every day, loud, wrong, or right. Just I won't say be obnoxious. Be yourself. Let me just not throw you all the way down the rabbit hole. Just go be yourself, but bring your genre with you. Every day, if I'm reading a news clipping, I got an opinion about something, I'm showing up every day. I don't care what I look like. Don't care that I need dental work. Don't care what I sound like. I'm just going to show up. And people, like, you're going to have the nasty comments, where the people that agree. and and as you see your numbers start to climb, and then the algorithms will start to favor you, right? Forget the hash, forget all that stuff. They'll start to favor because, oh, he got to be popular. We're gonna keep sending, suggesting. Then you'll start to show up in other people's feed, and then lo and behold, oh, I got a book coming out. And then the supporters, oh my God, I gotta support because I believe in everything that he says. And then they say, oh, I gotta go support because I promise you his book is gonna be trash. This is the same method that Donald Trump used, and I don't know really politics. I don't do politics on the show, but this is the same formula that Donald Trump used to get elected. And yeah, he says he's running in 2024. He's gonna use the same formula to repeat his thing, get reelected. I mean, that's just my, personal opinion. But this, though, it's a proven formula. Have an opinion, whether it's popular or unpopular. They're going to gravitate to you because they love you, or they're going to gravitate to you because they hate you. They're not like, this is not the old days when like, okay, something I don't like, I'm gonna stay away from because we're so nosy, we're gonna run to it and we're gonna throw in our opinions too and throw out the chaos. The person that is at the center of chaos is usually quiet because they're benefiting the most from the chaos. Authors, go create. Here we go. I'm about to bring this to a close. I've been here long enough. I got things to do with Sunday. Football about to come on. As of this recording, it's Sunday. Football is about to come on. So look, go become a personality on social media, right? Forget what they say in the comments. I'm giving somebody real game. And it's costing you nothing. You just got to show up. Irregardless of whatever your hangups may be about you showing up. So show up, have an opinion, and consistently have an opinion. But in the middle of that chaos, don't let it affect you personally because you're the still in the eye of the storm. And as these emotions are arising, okay, here's my offering to the people. Here's my book to the people. Here's my books to the people. Here's my audio books to the people. I'm going to show up on other people's podcasts and I'm going to talk the same talk that I've been on social media, right? So not only will you hear me on my channels, you'll get to hear me on other people's channels. Henceforth, Andrew Tate. If you don't know who that is, Google him. What I'm giving you is a formula that can't fail. I gave you 2 things today that you should take it and run with it. Now, whether you choose to do that's on you. That's no concern of mine. But you'll never get this again. You'll never get an unedited version of me just talking my talk, right? It's not going to happen. So with that being said, man, it's your boy DK. I love y'all to life. Like most people say, I love you to death. No, I love you good folk to life because I want y'all to succeed, right? You have everything at your disposal. You don't need nothing else to succeed. You got it already. Your thing is you got to stop being scared. And you got to start by knowing who do I want to get my product, meaning your book, in front of consistently. And then once you get the information from that, more questions will arise. You answer those. Once you answer those and you answer them correctly, that success that you think is also elusive will knock on your door. It's your boy DK. I love you to life, man. Be blessed. If you stay to the end, I love you. I'll tell you what. If you stay to the end, right, I have an email address. It's called that's ASKDK at nopublishing.com, right? AskDK at nopublishing.com. If you stayed to the end of this doggone long-winded and crazy podcast today, I want you to email me at that email, because I'm not going to put that email address in the show notes. I'm not going to do that. I want you to email me and just say, DK, I stayed, right? In doing so, I'm going to reward you, right? I'm going to reward you with something major. And if you're wondering what that major thing is, I have my own self-publishing company, right? I am going to knock off $500 on my Optimum Publishing package. I'm gonna knock it's regularly $17.97. I'm going to knock off $500. Now you gotta usually when it's that high, I give you payment plans. You can pay. You gotta pay in full, right? We'll have a consultation so I can make sure that I get what so I can make sure that I capture your vision, right? But I'm gonna knock off $500 if you stay to the end of this podcast, right? Email me, askdk at nopublishing.com. And DK, I stayed. That's all you gotta say is DK, I stayed. Yeah, I'm gonna email you back. We're gonna set up a video conference, and no matter where you at in your publishing journey, buy that, and then when you're ready to have your book get published, self-published, I got you. Not a problem. And I'm knocking, like I said, I'm knocking on $500. I'm in a giving mood. Blame it on the coffee. Blame it on the black silk. You'll never get another podcast like this by me ever again. Unedited. And I didn't even curse that much. Because that self-correcting things never goes nowhere, right? So look, you'll never get a podcast like this again from me. Everything will be edited. I won't make that offer I just did again. That was, I promise I'll make that offer, but I'm a man of my word. Do what I asked you to do. I ain't gonna repeat it. Do what I asked you to do 5 minutes ago. Save yourself $500. With that being said, man, I love y'all people to life. You can. I don't want to get on social media and I don't want to hear authors talking about I'm struggling. I don't want to. You're not. Like, don't talk to me about a recession, right? Like, you are a producer, right? Your readers are consumers. One thing I know about consumers, no matter what the gloom sayers say as far as where the economy is at, consumers have been trained to consume. I'm going to say that one more again and I'm gone. I keep saying I'm gone, but I'm still here. I must love y'all, right? Look, consumers are trained to consume. Bottom line, flat out. Consumers are trained to consume, irregardless of their financial situations. They find a way to buy what they want. Authors, you have books, you have people, you have readers that can be diagnosed as bookaholics, like alcoholics, like a person that's suffering from an addiction. You have people that got books that they they get books on top of books they gotta buy. Your job is to get more books. I'm not worried about, can you pay your bills? Can you buy a book? And that's the mindset of a producer. That's not right. No, that's the mindset of a producer. Your job is to produce books. Their job is to buy, but they can't buy if you don't produce. So with that being said, I love y'all to life, man. I love y'all to life. Thank you. It's your boy, DK Walker. Yo, if you found any value in today's podcast, do me a favor. Share it with another author that needs this information, but you let him know that you're going to be here in a minute. He's going to give you some jewels. He's going to sound crazy, but he promised he going to never do that again. So yeah, or maybe I do this once a year. I don't know, right? Long story short, look, so share this with another author, because don't be selfish. Everybody needs help. And I do know in my heart, I've literally helped so many. I want to help so many more. The other thing is, if you listen to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, hey, man, look, reviews says and does a lot. Leave your boy a review if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts. With that being said, I love y'all to life. I said it a billion times already, so it must be true. Peace.
This episode of Listen Up, I Got a Story to Tell podcast has ended. But please be sure to subscribe for more literary strategies and tactics to help you create the profitable, successful author career you've always wanted. And don't forget to rate and leave a review, so we can continue to bring you the best author and book-related content. See you on the next episode.